back to Akim Academy. Today we are looking at question 2 of 2021 Novdec. The question 2 was also a word problem involving speed. Okay. So this is an excerpt of the question. I have the full question on our Telegram page. So you can join the Telegram page through the link under the video so that you can have access to the entire questions over there. Now, this is an excerpt from the questions, okay? This is an excerpt from the main question. There's two cars, A and B, moving towards each other. So two cars were moving towards each other, okay? So one from each side of the road, and they were moving towards each other, okay? So one from left, so we can say one from left, one from right, and they were coming towards each other. Their distance, the distance between them, the two cars, or the length, the distance, is 180 kilometers. Okay, the distance is 180 kilometers. Now, they went further to say that the speed of car A is x kilometers per hour. The speed of car A is x kilometers per hour. Good. Then the speed of car B is x minus 20 kilometers per hour. The speed of car B is x minus 20 kilometers per hour. Now, they said with a time of 90 minutes, they met. So they met at exactly 90 minutes after they took off. So they all started at the same time. So the time they started at the same time, they were moving towards each other. And within a time of 90 minutes, they met. Okay. Calculate the distance covered by each. So car A and B, what were their distance? You could see that their speed were not the same. This one is car A moves with a speed of x kilometers per hour. Car B moves with a speed of x minus 20 kilometers per hour. So because their speed are not the same, therefore the distance which will be covered by each car will not be the same. One car might have moved faster than the other. Okay, so they say we should find the distance. Let's look at this particular problem. So we have our solution here. Now let's make a sketch over here. So we have let's make a nice sketch. So we have this sketch here. Now this car A, this is car B. Okay, this car is moving with a speed of x kilometers per hour. Now this one over here, car B, is moving with a speed of x minus 20 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now, if this is the distance between the two cars, now we can say that let's assume that car A covered the distance of, let's say, D before they met over here. Car A covered the distance of D before they met. Now, they also said that the entire distance is what? 180 kilometers. Okay, the entire distance from A to B is 180 kilometers. So let's say car A moved a distance of D. Okay, so car A moved the distance of car A, or the distance that was covered by car A is, let's say, D. Then it means this side, what are we going to get? The entire distance is what? 180 kilometers. So you could see that if A moved a distance of D, then B would have used what? Would have covered a distance of 180 minus D, isn't it? So when you take D out of the entire length, then it means the remaining distance was covered by B. Okay, when you take D from the entire distance, then the remaining one is for B, which was covered by B. So from A to B is 180 kilometers. Now, we are saying that let D be the distance covered by A. Okay, let D be the distance covered by car A. So if D is the distance covered by car A, then our B the distance covered by car B is 180 minus D. Okay, so from here, I think things will be a little bit easier for us over here. So here we have, we can move ahead. Now we know that speed equals distance over time. Okay, we know speed equals distance over time. Okay, so from here we can say that now our time over here, we know that the time was what? 90 minutes. Now in such problems of this nature, you have two ways. Someone can choose to convert the kilometers to meters per seconds. Instead of kilometers per hour, you can do that. You convert them to meters per seconds. Someone also can choose to use the system over here, the kilometers per hour, to solve it. Anywhere you use it, you are going to get the same answers. Okay? Just that the meter per seconds will give you a lot of zeros. And kilometers per hour will reduce the zeros for you. That's all. Okay. So here we have 90 minutes over here. So we have to convert 90 minutes to an hour because we are dealing with hours over here. We are not using minutes. So 90 minutes per hour over here, we know that 60 minutes will give us 1 hour. Is that not it? Good. So if 60 minutes give us 1 hour, then the remaining minutes is what? 30 minutes. Because 30 minutes plus 60 will give us 90. So the remaining minute is 30, half of 60. So it means that our time over here in hours is going to be 1.5 hours. Go 1 hour, 30 minutes. And 30 minutes is half of 60. And therefore, we can use the 0.5, which is half, okay, as our 30 minutes, to represent our 30 minutes, okay, which is half. So we are going to have 1.5 hours when we convert 90 minutes to hours. So let's look at the first car A. Okay, let's look at car A first. So we know that the speed, which is what? X kilometers per hour. X kilometers per hour equals the distance. We know that the distance, we use D to represent the distance covered by car A. So D out of time. What was the time they used? They used 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours. Okay. Good. So here you just do your cross multiplication. If you do your cross multiplication, you are going to have our D to be equals to 1.5 x kilometers. Okay, it's going to 1.5 x kilometers. The hours over here will cancel the hours over here. Okay, because this per hour over here simply means divided by h. So this one will multiply the numerator here, then the h will cancel the h down there, leaving us with kilometers. Okay, so we are going to have D equals 1.5 x kilometers. Distance is in kilometers. Okay, so let's make this one our equation 1. This equation 1. Then let's look at the car B aspect. Car B2, we know that this speed is equal to distance over time. Okay, distance over time. So we have we're going to have for B. So we are going to have distance over there was 180. Okay. Sorry. So distance, we are using speed over here. So we have the speed is x minus 20 kilometers per hour equals distance. Our distance covered by car B is now known to be 180 minus D. Out of the time, they all use the same time. Okay, they were timed together, so 1.5 hours. Okay, so when we do the cross multiplication, it means we are going to have a 1.5 multiplying x minus 20, okay, kilometers. Okay, hour will cancel hour off, equals 180 minus D. I hope you can see that. Now let's try and make D the subject. Okay, if you make D the subject and expand, you are going to have D equals, so D is going, everything over here will be coming, okay? So we are going to have D equals 180, then minus, okay, minus 1.5 multiplying x minus 20. 1.5 multiplying x minus 20. So here we have D to be equal to, let's expand the bracket, 180. So minus 1.5 times x will give us minus 1.5x. Okay. Then minus times minus will give us positive. Then we have 1.5. 1.5 times 20 over there will give us 30, right? Yeah, 30. Will give us 30. So we are going to have D to be equals to 180 minus 1.5x. So you can see we have 180 and 30 over here. We can add them to have D to be equals to 180 plus 30 will give us 210, right? 210 minus 1.5x. This is our equation 2. So from the equation 1, you can see D is equals to this. Equation 2, we have D to be equals to this. So wherever we see D, we can put either equation 1 in equation 2 or equation 2 in equation 1. Anyway you do it, we are going to get your answer, right? So let's put equation 1 in equation 2. Equation 2, okay? So we are going to have, so wherever we see D, we put 1.5x over there. So we are going to have 1.5x over there equals 210 minus 1.5x over here. Okay, so let's send this one to the other side because here is negative. So we have 1.5 x, so this one is coming, it will be positive, plus 1.5 x equals 210. Okay, so we have 1.5x plus 1.5x, which will give us what? 3x. Okay, let's bring it over here. So we have 3x, or you have 1.5x plus 1.5x, which will give us 3x equals 210. So 3x equals 210 over here. Let's try and divide both sides by 3. Here by 3. 3 will cancel 3 off. Our x is going to be, so 3 will enter into 21 7 times. Then we add our 0 to it. So we have x to be 70. Okay, 70. So here, x over here is 70 kilometers per hour. Our x to be 70. So we have 70 kilometers per hour over here. Good. So we have 70 kilometers per hour over here. Okay, so meaning that the speed of car A is 70 kilometers per hour. Car A was moving with a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Then B is going to be, we know that the speed of car B is x minus 20. So the speed of car B is going to be car B. So we are going to have 70 minus 20. Okay, kilometers per hour. And this is going to give us 50 kilometers per hour. Okay, this is going to give us 50 kilometers per hour. So you can see that car B was moving with a distance of with a speed of 50 kilometers per hour, whilst car A was moving with a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. So the distance covered by each will not be the same. So let's look at the distance. So here we know that distance is equals 1.5 times x. Okay, 1.5 times x. And we know that our x over here is 70 kilometers per hour. So we just put x over here so that we can find d. Okay, so here we have so we know that our d is equal to 1.5 times 70, because our x is 70. Okay, 1.5 times 70, and this one will give us d to be equals to if you do the calculation, we are going to have 105. So 105 kilometers. So meaning that car A covered a distance of 105 kilometers. Okay, so knowing car A to be D to be 105 kilometers, then we can peacefully find our distance covered by car B. Okay, so we know that distance covered by car B is 180 minus D. So we take distance of B or distance covered by B. Okay, so we have 180 minus 105, and this one is going to be, we are going to have a 75, right? 75 kilometers. Okay, so this is the procedure, and this is how it should be. So you know that our car A, the distance covered by car A is 105 kilometers. Then the distance covered by car B over here becomes 75 kilometers. Okay, so you could see the procedure over here. Just move in that manner, okay, and take your time whenever you have such questions. Take your time and simplify them before you get to your two equations and solve them simultaneously. Okay, this is a question 2 of the 2021 Novdec. Okay, we have the link to our Telegram page under the comment section. Don't forget to join and have the access to the entire question over there. Okay, and try and practice this so that you become part of you. Okay, do not forget to subscribe, share it to your family and friends, and let them also enjoy the lesson. Thank you. Bye bye.